Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to be doing is we'll be looking at all of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Thursday, May 1st. We're going to completely break down these matchups, look at the rosters, the batting orders, the pitching matchups, and try to predict the winner, who's going to win, who's going to lose, and we'll also take an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. If you're a baseball fan, if you're a sports fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, whether you agree, disagree, drop them below, and I'm going to respond to every single one of them. If you want to join one of our member links below, look at the pinned comments. You can sign up and join down there. We would definitely appreciate it. Guys, this video is coming up just a little bit later today. Sorry about that, but I wanted to make sure to get the video up as soon as I could today. We're going over every game, every day, and we also have all the NFL and college football news going on in the offseason. We do the same thing for college football and the NFL seasons, breaking down every matchups and looking at our best bets. I think we have 10 to 11 games today, so we're going to run through these games as quickly as possible, try to make up, because this video technically should have been up around 5 a.m. this morning. The very first one we have kicking everything off is going to be a fun one. This is a game where we had the Diamondbacks winning yesterday. They did indeed pull off the upset. We have this game on the MLB Network at 1:10 p.m. The 16-14 Arizona Diamondbacks versus the 21-10 the New York Mets, first place in the NL East right now. Right now, the Mets have a 57.1% chance to win this game. The Diamondbacks a 42.9%. The Mets come in 1.5 run favorites. The over under here is going to be 7.5. The Mets are minus 165. The Diamondbacks are plus 140. Right now, one thing you have to respect about the Diamondbacks is they do have one of the best offenses in all of baseball. They give up some runs, but they definitely score some runs. They have a lot of power, and they are aggressive on the base pass. Right now, they're averaging 5.4 runs a game, hitting 245, 40 home runs throughout the season, 25 stolen bases, giving up 4.38 runs per game. Looking at that lineup, Suarez there with 10 home runs. Naylor, Perdomo, they have a lot of production here. The Mets are starting to get some production from their outside of the top three guys. It used to be Soto, Lindor, Alonso, right now hitting 343, 7 home runs, 28 RBIs. But now the 4 through 9 guys, they're starting to get a little hot. That's what the Mets need to carry them throughout the rest of the season. Right now they're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 236, 25 home runs, 17 steals, giving up 2.53 runs per game. It is interesting to note they still have the number one pitching in all of baseball ERA wise. That's starting pitching, that's bullpen. They can pitch, but we know they have a lot of sleeping production there on their batting order that they're just waiting to wake up. Looking at our pitching matchup, we have Zach Gallen, the veteran, right now going for the Diamondbacks. Not having his best opening to the season, but you know he's a very consistent veteran pitcher. 104 record, 5.57 ERA, 32.1 innings, 35 strikeouts. Got to keep the walks down, 15 walks right now. He's going up against the Mets ace, Kodai Senga, 3-1 record, 1.26 ERA, 28.2 innings, 25 strikeouts, only 9 walks, only 1 home run given up through his first 5 starts. This guy's been elite to start the season. The Mets just want to make sure that he stays healthy. Give me the Mets to win this game to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. And another really good game. This game's going to be at 12:35 p.m. We're going to have the 18-13 Chicago Cubs facing off versus the 12-19 Pittsburgh Pirates. Right now, Chicago, what an opening to the season they're having. They are first place in the NL Central. They have one of the best offenses in baseball. Statistically, they actually have the number one offense right now in baseball. They have 38 home runs as a team, 44 steals. They can hit with power. They can steal bases. They can play small ball. They have a 48.1% chance to win this game. The Pirates are actually the favorite team here, a 51.9% chance to win. The Pirates 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. The Pirates are minus 150. The Cubs are plus 125. Chicago comes in, like I said, with that number one offense, 5.9 runs per game, hitting 260, 38 home runs, 44 steals, giving up 4.24 runs per game. And on the other side, Pittsburgh, a lot of 1 to 2 run losses here. They do keep the game close. They are a competitive team, 3.5 runs a game, hitting 224, 23 home runs, 35 steals, giving up 3.98 runs per game. It's all going to come down to pitching. We know the Cubs have the better lineup. Kelly, Honer, Tucker, they have a lot of production with this lineup. They have Colin Rea right now going 1-0 record, .96 ERA, 18.2 innings, 19 strikeouts, 3 walks, 0 home runs. You couldn't ask for a better start to the season for him, but he's going up against Paul Skeens right here. No one wants to pitch versus this guy, but he just needs some offensive production. He needs some run support. 3-2 record, 2.39 ERA, 37.2 innings, 39 strikeouts, only 4 walks giving up in 5 starts. That is crazy. Only 1 home run. He has been on. I want to say Chicago is going to pull out the win here, but give me Paul Skeens finally getting some type of production from his offense. The Pirates win this game. They cover the spread. I'm going to go with the under this game. Very low scoring game. And at 12:40 p.m., we have the 14-17 St. Louis Cardinals versus the 16-15 Cincinnati Reds. One thing about the Reds here is their offense has really caught on fire the last 2 weeks, and they have continued to pitch at an elite level, but you also have to recognize the offensive production from the St. Louis Cardinals. You definitely do not want to overlook this team. Right now, the Cardinals, a 45.6% chance to win this game. Cincinnati, a 54.4% chance to win. Cincinnati, they come into this game. They are going to be the underdogs here. You have St. Louis has 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 8.5. You have the St. Louis Cardinals are even. The Cincinnati Reds are minus 120. So pretty interesting numbers right there. St. Louis in that offense, they're averaging 4.6 runs a game. They have Nootbaar, Donovan. They have Nolan Arenado. They're hitting 265. No issues getting guys on base. No issues driving them in. 24 home runs, 23 steals, giving up 4.36 runs per game. Looking at Cincinnati, this is a very well-rounded team. They're averaging 5.4 runs per game. That is technically a top 10 offense in all of Major League Baseball right now. They're hitting 254, 32 home runs, 30 steals, 3.46 ERA. They have Hayes, Lux, De La Cruz is now starting to get hot. He's now hitting 281, 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. But it's all going to come down to this pitching matchup. Looking at the pitching, we have Matthew Liberatore right now going for the St. Louis Cardinals. 2-2 record, 3.19 ERA, 31 innings, 28 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 home run given up. That's all in 5 starts. This guy's been pitching elite to start the season. He's going to be facing off against Andrew Abbott right now for the Reds. 2-0 record, 3.6 ERA, 15 innings, 20 strikeouts, 8 walks. That's a little concerning right there. He's putting guys on base. If you put guys on base versus the St. Louis Cardinals, they have a veteran team. They're going to find ways to drive them home. Give me the Cardinals to pull off the win here, cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over this game. And at 1:10 p.m., this is a pretty interesting matchup. We have the 16-15 Kansas City Royals. They finally fought their way back to 500. They finally fought their way past 500. They won the game yesterday. We did pick them to upset Tampa Bay. They'll be facing off versus the 14-16 Tampa Bay Rays at home, if you want to call Steinbrenner Field home. Right now, the Rays a 68.1% chance to win. KC a 31.9. The Rays come in here 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 8.5. Tampa Bay minus 165. The Kansas City Royals plus 140. KC, they got to score runs. The issue continues to be their offense. Pitching is not a problem at all. The issue is their offense. They're getting no production, basically outside of Bobby Witt Jr. hitting 322. No one else wants to hit the ball. They're only averaging 3.1 runs a game, hitting 225, 13 home runs, basically no power production, 20 steals, 3.39 team ERA. For Tampa Bay, 4.2 runs a game, hitting 253, 25 home runs, 33 steals, giving up 3.45 runs a game. Looking at the pitching, Seth Lugo, who did finish top 5 in the Cy Young voting last season, started out the season kind of rocky. Last 3 starts, though, he's gotten more back on point. 2-3 record, 3.08 ERA, 38 innings, 29 strikeouts, 6 home runs. Got to keep the ball in the park. He's facing off for Shane Baz, who's having a really good season right now. 3-0 record, 2.45 ERA, 29.1 innings, 36 strikeouts, 9 walks, only 3 home runs. This is a guy who keeps the ball in the ballpark versus a Kansas City team that's just completely lacking in power. I want to go with Seth Lugo to get the win here. He's definitely pitched to have a better record. He's just not getting production. Give me Tampa Bay to win this game to cover the spread, but I'm going to go with the under. And also on the MLB Network at 1:10 p.m., a lot of early games. We're going to have the 13-18 Minnesota Twins facing off versus the 17-13 Cleveland Guardians. Right now, Minnesota has a 48.6% chance to win. Cleveland has a 51.4%. Minnesota starting to play a lot better baseball. They're chipping their way back to 500, but this coaching staff, they have a lot of heat on them right now. They are definitely feeling it. They have to win. They don't want the season to get away from them. Cleveland, they continue to situate themselves perfectly in their own division. Both of these teams are in the AL Central. Right now, you have the Minnesota Twins. They are the favorites here. 1.5 run favorites. The over-under is 9.5. Minnesota, they're minus 105. Cleveland is minus 115. Pretty interesting numbers there. We did pick the Guardians to pull off that upset win yesterday. Right now, Minnesota, they're averaging 3.8 runs a game, hitting 226, 21 home runs, 17 steals, 3.64 team ERA. They just need to get some more runs per game. And for Cleveland, they're averaging 4 runs a game, hitting 237, 30 home runs, 19 steals, giving up 4.37 runs a game. Looking at the pitching matchup, Simeon Woods Richardson right now is going to be going for Minnesota. 2-2 record, 4.07 ERA, 24.1 innings, 26 strikeouts, keeping the walks down, keeping the hits down, keeping guys off base. He's facing Ben Lively, who's usually usually a very consistent pitcher. Not his best start to a season. Career ERA about a 4.1. Right now he's 4.4, 30.2 innings, 23 strikeouts. A lot of walks right now, a lot of hits, but he needs to start getting grounded here. Give me Cleveland to pull off the upset win, going with the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And then 2:10 p.m., the 16-15 Milwaukee Brewers versus the 7-23 White Sox. The good news for the White Sox is they're probably not going to lose 121 games this season. They're still not very good, but they are technically much improved. They are a scrappy team over where they were last year. Right now, the Brewers, they have a 55.2% chance to win. The White Sox, a 44.8%. Not bad numbers there. Right now, Milwaukee, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. The Brewers are -175. The White Sox are +145. One thing Milwaukee do is they score a lot of runs, averaging 5 runs a game, hitting .249, 26 home runs, 37 steals. This is the Brewers. They play small ball. They live by small ball. They generate runs on the base pass. You can't knock them for it. They are very successful at it, giving out 4.6 runs a game. And then for the White Sox, they average 3.4 runs a game, hitting .211, 22 home runs, 20 steals, giving up 4.13 runs per game. Looking at the pitching matchup, Chad Patrick's going to be going for the Brewers. Younger pitcher, 1-2 record, 2.45 ERA, 25.2 innings, 22 strikeouts. A lot of walks, but only 3 home runs given up. And it really doesn't matter if you're giving up walks because he's turning those walks into double plays. He's keeping guys from scoring. Sean Burke right now going for the White Sox. Not a good record. 1-4 record, 6 ERA, 27 innings, 20 strikeouts. Gives up a lot of hits, gives up a lot of walks. 7 home runs given up in 5 starts. Those numbers just don't add up versus a Brewers team who loves to generate runs and turns guys on base into runs. Give me the Brewers to win this game to cover the spread. I'm going to go with the over. And on the MLB Network at 6:45 p.m., the 13-18 Washington Nationals versus the 17-13 Philadelphia Phillies. Washington, you have to respect because they've been hovering around 500 for the majority of the season. A lot of really close losses, but they're keeping those games within striking distance. Right now, they have a 46.5% chance to win this game. The Phillies, a 53.5%. Phillies are starting to get hot again. Started the season hot, cooled off. Now they're starting to heat back up. When you look at this Phillies lineup, this team has a lot of production potential here. They have one of the better lineups in baseball, one of the better pitching staffs in baseball. Pitching off to a rocky start to start the season. They have so many ace-quality pitchers, though. Once they turn it on, this is going to be a dangerous team. Once Bryce Harper gets hot, this is going to be a very dangerous team. Right now, the Phillies 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 9.5. Philadelphia comes in, they're -180. The Nationals are +150. The Nationals averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting .238. 29 home runs, 27 steals, giving up 4.6 runs a game. Pitching continues to be the thing that's technically holding them back from actually reaching that 500 spot. And right now, Philadelphia starting to get hotter on offense, 4.4 runs a game, hitting .249, 22 home runs, 27 steals, giving up 4.11 runs per game. Their pitching staff is much better than that. The number will come down throughout the season. Pitching-wise, you have Brad Lord going for the Nationals. He's winless to start the season, needs his first win, 4.67 ERA, 17.1 innings, 13 strikeouts. A lot of walks given up, a lot of hits given up, but keeping the home runs down. Only 1 home run. And then you have T1 Walker going for the Phillies. This guy's a veteran. He's been very consistent throughout his career. No matter where he's pitched, you usually get the same level of production. 1-2 record this season, 2.78 ERA, 22.2 innings, 20 strikeouts. He doesn't pitch deep into games, but Phillies have a very accomplished bullpen. Give me the Philadelphia to pull off the win here to cover the spread, but I'm going to go with the under this game. And then on the MLB Network at 7:07 p.m., we're going to have the 17-15 Boston Red Sox, second in the AL East, versus the 14-16 Blue Jays, who sit fourth in the AL East right now. These teams very familiar with one another in the same division. Boston a 51.9% chance to win. Toronto a 48.1%, but Toronto is the underdog here at home. You have Boston coming in 1.5 run favorites. It is interesting to note this was just flipped the other way last time. Right now the over-under is 8.5. Boston 1.5 run favorites. Boston is -110. Toronto is -110. Interesting numbers there. You can definitely see when you look at the pitching matchup why Toronto really has a chance to pull off a potential upset here. Right now Boston, their offense clicking on all cylinders. 4.9 runs a game, hitting .249, 33 home runs, 34 steals, giving up 4.04 runs per game. Bregman, what a season for him. 328 average, 7 home runs, 24 RBIs, leading this team in so many categories. And for Toronto, 3.4 runs a game, hitting .240, 15 home runs. 15 home runs for this lineup is not good. They have Santander, Springer, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Bichette. They should have 2 to 3 times more home runs than they're hitting right now. They're really lacking in power. The potential's there. They're just not reaching it. 19 stolen bases, giving up 4.06 runs per game. Looking at the pitching matchup, Tanner Houck right now going for the Red Sox. Just an awful way to start the season. 7.58 ERA, 29.2 innings, 24 strikeouts. But Boston does have the edge with their bullpen. That's how they could win this game. Don't keep them in the game very long, 4 to 5 innings. Get them out. Let the bullpen do their thing. For Toronto, they're going to be going with Jose Barrios, a 1-1 record, 4.24 ERA, 34 innings, 28 strikeouts. But what scares me about this game is he has 15 walks, he has 6 home runs. Red Sox, they steal bases, they generate runs. They have no lack of power here. I want to go with Toronto to win this game. I just don't see... I see them giving up home runs. So I'm going to go with the Red Sox to pull off the win here to cover the spread and give me the over. High scoring game. And at 2:35 p.m., the 16-15 Athletics, you have to respect this team's power. They give up a lot of runs, but they hit a lot of home runs. You got to keep guys off the base here. Versus the 16-15 Texas Rangers. Right now, the A's, heavy underdogs here, 35.9% chance to win. Texas, a 64.1% chance to win. The over-under here is 8.5. The Rangers, 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 150. The Athletics are plus 125. The A's come in, they're averaging 4.3 runs a game, hitting 252, 38 home runs. That places them in the top 10 power wise, 9 steals. They need to be a little more aggressive on the bases, but they're not struggling to score runs, but they do give up 4.46 runs a game. For Texas, when you look at this lineup, one of the best offensive lineups in baseball, but they're just not really hitting right now. Pitching was supposed to be improved. Pitching has actually been their strength to open out the season, but once you have Seager back, once you have this lineup hitting, that is going to carry this team up to the playoffs. Right now, they're averaging 3.1 runs a game, hitting 225, 30 home runs, 24 steals, giving up 3.22 runs per game. Props to Langford, who's having a great open of the season. Looking at the pitching, we have Springs right now going for the A's, 3-3 record, 6.04 ERA. Thankfully for him, Rangers just can't score runs. 28.1 innings, 27 strikeouts. He gives up a lot of hits, puts a lot of guys on bases with walks. And for the Rangers, Tyler Mahle going, what a start to the season for him. 1.14 ERA. He just needs 2 to 3 runs. That's all you have to generate for him. 3-0 record, 31.2 innings, 26 strikeouts. He has yet to give up a home run through 5 starts. Give me the Rangers to get the win here, to cover the spread, and I'm going to go under. And then at 9:38 p.m., our second to last game, the 19-12 Detroit Tigers. What a start to the season for them. They are still first place in the AL Central. They can score runs. They can pitch. They have a top 3 pitching staff in baseball. They have a top 10 offense as well. They have a 61.2% chance to win here versus the LA Angels, 12-17 with a 38.8% chance to win. The Angels started out the season really hot, hitting a lot of home runs. They've cooled off pitching-wise. Pitching's completely gone down the drain. But one thing that they continue to do is they do continue to hit home runs and generate runs via the homer. They don't put guys on base. A lot of solo home runs. Right now, the Tigers, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Detroit, minus 120. The Angels, they are even right now. Detroit comes in, they're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting 245, 34 home runs, 14 steals, only giving up 3.01 runs per game. This team is elite right now. The Angels, they have 3.7 runs a game, hitting 214. But like I said, they hit a lot of home runs, 41 home runs. That's top 5 in baseball, 14 steals. But they give up 4.91 runs per game, over 1.2 runs then they score per game. They got to get that pitching under control. Pitching-wise, we have eyes right now going for the Tigers. 4-1 record, 2.12 ERA, 29.2 innings, 23 strikeouts. Keeping the home runs down, keeping the walks down, keeping the hits down. For the Angels, we have Kikuchi going 0-4 record. He is winless, 4.31 ERA, 31.1 innings, 28 strikeouts. Looking at this game, this is one of those games that, honestly, I see a 50-50 pick 'em here. I'm just going to go with the upset off the bat starting out the series. Give me the Angels to somehow get a guy on base when they hit the home run to pull off the upset here, going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over this game. In our final game at 9:45 p.m., the 5-25 Colorado Rockies. Hey, they won a game, guys. That's big news there, but they're still the worst team in baseball. They're facing off first the 19-12 San Francisco Giants, who are third in the NL West, and they're 19-12, the toughest division in baseball. the deepest division in baseball. Right now, San Francisco at home, 69.8% chance to win this game. They are just like the Tigers here. They can score some runs, they can pitch, and right now, Colorado, a 30.2% chance, but you got to watch Colorado. They're probably due for some type of upset win at some point. Right now, the Giants 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 7.5. The Giants are minus 250. The Rockies plus 205. San Francisco heavy favorites here. Colorado, they just can't score runs. They might have the worst, if not one of the worst offenses totally in baseball. 3.2 runs a game, hitting 211. 26 home runs, 14 steals. It's that pitching, giving up 5.3 runs per game. Colorado, very difficult place to pitch, but 5.3 runs a game, that is not going to cut it. Almost twice as much as you score. San Francisco, they average 4.6 runs a game, hitting 227, 31 home runs, 21 steals, only giving up 3.56 runs per game. And they have the crafty veteran pitching, Justin Verlander. This guy's 60 years old. Not the best start to his career, but still, he's a veteran. You know, as you get closer to September, as you get closer to playoff time, that's when he's going to kick it into a completely different gear. He's going to be going up against Kyle Freeland right now. Freeland 0-4 record, 5.93 ERA, 30.1 innings, 23 strikeouts, but only 2 home runs given up. That's actually really good for a Colorado Rockies pitcher. Justin Verlander also winless, 0-2 record. Both pitchers looking for their first win, 4.99 ERA, the worst of his career. But you know he's going to turn it on at some point. 30.2 innings, 28 strikeouts, 4 home runs. Both these guys winless. Both of them need a win. Both have awful ERAs. Might be some runs scored here. Give me the Giants. They win this game. They cover the spread. I'm going to go with the over. Verlander gets his first win. Guys, that's our predictions, our best bets for all of our baseball games we have coming up for Thursday, May 1st. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Please drop a comment below and I will respond. If you want to join one of our team chats, just click on the link below. Thank you.